Good evening, cloud community, and welcome back to Supercloud 5, the battle for AI supremacy. We're here in our Palo Alto studios live with theCUBE's most infamous host, Lisa Martin.
Infamous? Wow.
You're famous, you're infamous, you're fabulous, you're brilliant. I could go on. I could go on with my terms of endearments. Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Of course, Lisa, it's great to have you here. End of day 2, our last segment. We are halfway through Supercloud 5. We've got teams in Barcelona, Las Vegas. It's really thrilling. You and I had a lot that we planned to say tonight, but given the breaking Elon Musk news, want to get everybody up to speed. Elon Musk, of course, a core figure in the AI game. He used to sit on the OpenAI board with Sam Altman when that all began. He's long said that AI is actually one of his greatest fears, which is why he plays the role that he plays. And AI is at the backbone of his companies, Tesla, Starlink, SpaceX. It doesn't really matter what we're talking about. Elon is synonymous with AI. So this news is relevant. Now, you may have heard some drama, which may or may not be true. We're not here to take a stance on the facts, but Elon has engaged with some content on his platform X recently that has been deemed anti-Semitic. Lots of people calling alarm to that. He's recently made a visit to Israel, presumably to try and smudge any of that perception. And Wallace, we're not here to take a stand one way or another. Some interesting developments happened this evening at a New York Times event in New York City. While he was being interviewed and asked what he would say to, or if he wanted to appeal to advertisers on that platform, he said, if anyone wants to blackmail me with advertising or money, they can go F themselves. Welcome back to the show, everyone. I'm excited to talk with Lisa Martin tonight. Lisa, holy moly, what's your reaction to Elon's arrogance?
One of my many. Oh, Elon. Sometimes we just inner voice.
Do we have an emoji for that yet?
It's this one. It's the face plant.
Yeah, the face palm.
Yeah.
It really, really is. I loved it.
Inner voices, but we also know some other very outspoken gentlemen that don't seem to have an inner voice.
I haven't met any of them in the Silicon Valley. I have no idea who you could remotely be talking to.
Oh, we should talk, girl.
Yeah. I also haven't seen any of them lead the United States of America before.
Yes,
oh,
yes.
What a novel idea.
Yes.
Interesting, interesting parallels you're drawing there between white men in power with money. Now, Andrew, a fabulous member of our production team, said something really interesting when he brought this story to us. Actually, shout out, our team works very hard. Y'all see Lisa and I up here a lot. You see John and Dave. But there is a true army of brilliant, fabulous, and hilarious souls who make this show possible. So shout out to everyone on the CUBE team and SiliconANGLE as well. When Andrew brought us this story, he brought up a really good point, and a theme amongst the memes is this the definition of FU money? If you can literally sit on the stage of what is the paper of record for many, the New York Times, at a book event, many books written about Elon Musk, and tell people interested in handing you dollar bills, the highest margin dollar bills anyone hands you, if you're X, by the way. And you say, if you have an opinion about my politics or the tweets that the posts that I engage with, you can go F yourself. Yeah. That's potentially, to bring back another theme of our show, alienating over 50% of humans watching that. Yeah, it's for sure. Undoubtedly offending many people deeply emotionally involved in the war right now.
Absolutely.
Why do you got to open your mouth?
No inner voice, no concept. I think Andrew's point was great, the definition of FU money. I think we know a number of people who are very public figures that have that mentality, that ego, that attitude. But one thing I don't think Elon has is faux foo. Because he just faux food. And he
Nailed it, Lisa. Way to bring it back. It certainly has no fear of effing up. In fact, perhaps he kind of embraces it. I mean, if we were speaking fiscally, most of what he's done with X was a bit of a F up, and a lot of his companies are not revenue positive.
No.
So, I mean, I wish I could get rich and not have a revenue positive business. I bet you feel the same way. It's one of the...
It's a dream of mine.
Yeah. It's a dream of mine to be as liberal and carefree with my lexicon and my attacks as a rich white Silicon Valley male. New bucket list goal to be able to be as flagrant. The thing is, I think we're just nicer than that, Lisa.
We are, and we have some.
We're more collaborative.
Yes.
I feel terrible when I offend someone. I recently offended someone unintentionally, as recent as today, and I had to apologize. And I just felt, I just feel awful about that. And you look at Elon, blatantly offending half the population.
Oh yeah, with no regard.
Zero remorse. Do you think he's a narcissist?
Bit of one, yes. I think if you look...
I mean, I'm no psychologist here. We're not doctors.
Same.
We're not doctors like some of our guests were on earlier today. But,
Yeah.
I'm just sensing some tendencies there. I've read a bit of psychology today. I've been in 19 years of therapy. There's just a couple things going on.
A little bit, yeah. He definitely has some issues, I think, that he will not be working on.
Yeah, so, and beyond that, once Elon faces the music of this really unique storm he decided to stir up. He has a way of doing this. Every time this happens to me, my agency does a bit of PR, and we actually do quite a bit of crisis comms when we have to, not the type of thing you advertise, because generally you don't want to advertise anyone's crisis. But every time this happens, I want to buy his comms team and his PR girl not just a bottle of bourbon, but like a full beer cart. I would like to just send them.
I'm sure they would appreciate that.
An empathetic,
Survival.
like a massage therapist, a couple bottles, and just like a card saying, "I'm sorry, that's awful. It's not you, it's him." And or maybe they're all narcissists or masochists who enjoy pain, because it seems to be all he ever throws down the PR pipeline.
Yeah,
that's pretty rough.
At least he's consistent.
He is consistent, and he is consistently picking fights. Speaking of picking fights with Elon. Grok today.
They did. That was
fantastic.
I mean, bold move.
I was impressed with their marketing prowess, and straight up just shout out to the Grok marketing team. Y'all are doing a smashing job. Not only are they rebranding their tagline to WOW, since everyone says WOW, just like we did.
Yes.
Earlier today, they brought a live llama bunny, pregnant with her baby, to Denver, milling around the streets of Denver. Definitely the coolest activation there, for sure. Certainly the only live activation I think that we saw. And then, they debatably, and they had the courtesy to come into the studio today, and they debatably out-marketed themselves yet again by telling Elon to cease and de-Grok. And I would love to know if there was any legalese actually in that, but for anyone who's been served a cease and desist or a DMCA takedown, like I have working in 3D printing and a lot of other industries, there's a real gut check and a little bit of a belly drop when you get something telling you, accusing you of cheating or of theft or of infringement.
All of it. Yes.
And though I'm curious to see, since they decided to pick that fight this afternoon, probably just about 2 hours before Elon decided to pick a fight with half the planet.
Yeah.
Super curious to see how Elon weighs his battles. Maybe the de-Grok will be a nice diversion for him to avoid having to explain why he just told everyone to go F themselves.
I don't know. I think what he just did at the New York Times is pretty profound.
Yeah.
And there's going to have to be some serious damage control. Oh, he doesn't care.
Just thinking out loud, I'm wondering if there's potentially any ramifications for him as an executive of publicly traded
That's a great point.
companies.
That's a great point.
It's not quite the same, the whole reason he ended up buying Twitter is because of legalese around that and tweets that he had said. There's been, he's gotten in trouble with the SEC for claims about Tesla and tweeting about their share price multiple times.
Yes.
So, you never know what the ramifications are. I don't think we've really seen anything like this before.
I don't think we have either.
I don't think we have too many people with that. I mean, I'm just thinking of some of the other extraordinarily, you think of like a Warren Buffett as someone who also has an incredible wealth. And Warren is so graceful in the way that he communicates. I can't imagine him telling anyone to go F themselves, let alone...
Multiple times, by the way.
He really did. And it was directed at people. That's
specific
a good point.
people, specific individuals.
Poor Bob. Yeah, poor Bob. Well, circling back to Grok, in addition to picking a fight with Elon today, spicy day for them, they gave us a fantastic demo. Lisa, that was your first time seeing it.
It was.
And I love that you had the exact same response that all of us have had so far. which is wow. We're going to need to get Jonathan to show us that demo again.
I think so.
So this is Llama 2 70 billion. This is the largest large language model from Meta. And why don't you ask it a question?
Should we ask it if there's an alternative to NVIDIA
It's going to say no.
for LLM inference?
It'll say no.
It actually, I tested it
really?
this morning.
All right.
Well, let's see what it says. Let's find out
All
what
right.
Grok says.
Well, it's already done.
Whoa!
That's our brand.
So we did this deliberately. This is Lisa's first time experiencing Grok. You had the exact same response that I did, and that apparently everyone does. You said that WoW is your brand. Everyone says WoW. Lisa, why don't, and this, pick something random. Oh, we were talking about cupcakes, cooking, and dogs yesterday as an AI potential business model.
Yes.
Let's ask Jonathan something fun about that. Oh yeah, here we go. Perfect. Oh, we got a recipe.
We got a recipe. Pupcakes.
Well, you got more than a recipe.
Pupcakes!
Oh, I'm gonna make pupcakes today. Rolled oats, very healthy.
Oh my goodness. So now we just got to.
And how can we make
we
this
just
better?
learned how to cook cupcakes for puppies, correct? And to be very clear, just so the audience is aware, this is all real time. None of this is pre-recorded. We're showing
is
you Grok
oh my
and
God.
Jonathan's screen in real time.
This is phenomenal.
Pupcakes.
I know.
It's going to be a takeaway from the show that I was not expecting. I don't even think I had heard that term before. And I mean, my dog's almost 13. You're a super big dog lover.
Yeah.
Were you aware of pupcakes?
Yes, I was. Yes.
Oh man, so I'm learning about how to pronounce our team's name. I'm learning about pupcakes. I'm really expanding my mind here on theCUBE this week.
That's what theCUBE is here for.
It's to help us think out of the box.
I'm going to be working on the name for the pupcake business. We're going to be working on other accoutrements that we're going to be pairing with the pupcakes. I've got two fabulous taste testers at home. One's
Beautiful.
a puppy, one is 4, but both of them are Labradors, so no discerning taste whatsoever. They will eat.
I feel like they'll have the enthusiasm that
Oh, for
every new small business owner needs, though, when they
You're right.
just need some super excited early adopters. I think you've got them built right in.
Absolutely. And I've got taste testers.
Yeah, and you've got taste testers. That after a tasty day today, we're going to have a very interesting day tomorrow. We've got plenty of guests again from all over the world, from John and Dave down in Las Vegas at AWS re:Invent. I believe we'll have some more from HPE in Barcelona with Rob and Rebecca. I'm very excited. We've got an astronomer coming on tomorrow. That's a big part of AI, and supercomputing was a conversation that we had a lot in Denver. And we've also got Toyota, as well as a bunch of other fun guests. And more importantly, Lisa, I can't wait to go through the entire day with you.
Same. We've got Dave Donatelli, who's going to be in here talking about the digital employee experience, why it's more important than ever. Also from Aviatrix CEO and Cubalog, Doug Merritt is going to be on live from Las Vegas tomorrow. So some more great content, and I can't wait to actually explore all of that with you either.
Well, fantastic. And we hope that you enjoy learning, laughing, and living the AI life here with us at Supercloud 5, the battle for AI supremacy on theCUBE here in Palo Alto. My name's Savannah Peterson, and I hope you all have a beautiful evening. You're watching theCUBE, the leading source for cloud and generative AI coverage.